Well, I'm going to be going after the trinkets for the most part of the beginning of this episode, and it's probably going to be a bit more edited heavily to me just finding the trinkets, so you'd have to watch me, man. But I think it's a good opportunity for me to talk about what I like about Spider-Man, because why not? And yeah, this is probably the most complicated trinket out of all of them, because you have to lift this thing, and then it's underneath here. But I've already picked it up, and I kind of decided to do this after the fact, because it's kind of boring. But here's the trinket anyway.
Phin loved these scratch art pads. Said it reminded her that no matter what something looked like on the surface,
I like the scratch pads too.
there was always more going on underneath.
Also super deep. Dude, some of this junk is hidden in really nonsensical ways. But yeah, anyway, what I was saying about before is I'm not actually a huge comic book goer. I mostly enjoyed the animated series of Spider-Man. And then it was kind of like I dabble in the comics for certain events.
Phin upgraded her swim goggles with sonar and a heads-up display. She never could stand losing to anyone.
And she liked cheating, I guess, you know.
Time capsule should be out on those pylons. Phin was fearless hopping off those back in the day.
Why? Seems so needless.
We gave copies of our keys to each other.
Not creepy. But yeah, I only really learned about Miles when I read the Spider-Verse event in the comics, because I really like what if stories. And then I got really into him because of the Spider-Verse film, like a proper mainstream normie.
You've been out promoting the benefits of your new form reactor, the first of which is set to open in Harlem.
I'm on a boat.
You've had some critics.
And so I'm not actually a huge fan of Miles, to be perfectly honest, until the film came out.
And after seeing it in the Olympics, Phin got crazy good at table tennis in like a week. Her spin game was unreal. Could put the ball wherever she wanted.
I found his comics, so-so. It was like before the Spider-Verse film came out, he really wasn't that well established, I found. Like, he seemed like they looked at the story points that Peter had and they applied it to him. Like, oh, he's from a broken family, father figure is killed, and then he feels responsible because of the father figure's killed, and now he lives with one female family member. And it was just kind of retelling the whole thing. He's got a different friend unit though, but I don't think they really... It wasn't as deep as that. It's also the case that they could have done something interesting by not making him such a science nerd. Because, like, he's basically a copy of Peter in that sense, where he dabbles in all these different sciences. And it's like, well, we're established at that. But he feels like he could have... It might have been interesting to see a Spider-Man who doesn't have that going for them. Because that's why I like some of the other Spider-Verse characters who are completely out there and don't have this going for them, like Old Man Spider-Man. I really liked him because he was very much, you know, a fist-heavy Spider-Man in a lot of retrospect.
After we won that science enterprise, Phin got way into space exploration. Dreamed up this moon transport. She wanted to reinvent the whole world.
I mean, truth be told, with Miles, he's kind of the same character as Crimson Spider, because like at least he was a clone, but he's got everything in common with Peter. And it would have been nice to see him like maybe differentiate a lot more. And I think he's starting to branch out better into that. After the Spider-Verse turned him into a bit of a more defined character, it maybe make him more thuggish or something. I don't know, in the sense of he's more into brawling because now he has electricity powers and stuff. But then they make him like a stealth character as well. He's a bit all over the place. But let's say Spider-Verse, I think, was helped by having
parts from the first PC
all the other Spider people as well, because Gwen is amazing.
Phin used it to help an ESU Alzheimer's research team. Both good uses, I'd say.
See, Gwen is actually more thuggish, and that's why I like her. She's more violent than Peter in a lot of retrospects, because I've read her comics too.
Toys they probably don't even want. The nerve, the audacity. Which is why I'm announcing a new venture for the Just the Facts team. J. Jonah.
Man, we flew down the street after we tricked out these skates with compressed air boosters. Neighbors started calling us the little geniuses after that. All that attention felt kind of weird and kind of cool.
Yeah, realistically, Miles ends up being a bit of a Boy Wonder-esque character, you know.
We finally made it to the top.
Like, when I say Boy Wonder, I obviously mean Robin. And he ends up being very much that, like a Robin character, in this version anyway. But obviously in his original comics, Spider-Man died, and he was just, you know, shoehorned in as a replacement. And he literally was the same character. He might as well have been a Spider-Verse only character. But in this scenario where he's like being mentored, it does give him a different dynamic in some retrospects. Kind of makes him like Spider-Man from the new Marvel films, actually, with Iron Man. But, you know, like, he is fleshing out more and more as time goes on and becoming a bit more interesting. But he just had a rough start because let's be honest, like, when he first got released, they definitely had him as a token character.
Stuff like Thor's hammer was made of, and invented our own imaginary elements to explain it. Finn's names always sounded the best.
So nerdy. And a trait a supervillain would have.
Stuff the capsule in one of these pipes. Can't remember which
Ew,
one.
why?
There we go.
Oh, it's so skanky. Oh, and it's food. Oh. She's sounding more supervillain than just everything we find.
One summer, we got way into space travel and started freeze-drying our favorite foods. Bacon, egg, and cheese bagel.
Gross.
Total fail. Red bean ice cream was not bad, though.
Is she original to this game, then, I'm guessing? Well, you know, I don't know the comics.
The High Line wasn't this nice when we hit a capsule in the wall here. And time flies.
One of the more interesting things to come from Miles, from the film anyway, was the fact that the Prowler was his, like, uncle. I'm just going to go out now, because I don't know if he's going to show up in the game. But having a close relation to a villain like that is very Dr. Octopus, but it was more...
I went ready to hate it, and wound up buying 3 CDs and a t-shirt. Dazzler and Lila Cheney for life.
It was deeper than that, I was saying. Cute, concert, nice.
Jackpot.
Soccer ball.
Oh, football league. I mentioned to Phin one time I was into soccer, and she went all impossible mission to steal this from an exhibition match for me.
Cheeky.
She'd do anything for her friends.
And stealing, another trait of being evil.
Phin loved...
Whoops, oh well.
Here. Said it was a good place to think.
Who is that?
Piece of cake.
Aristotle? I don't know.
Got
I'm not sure.
Oscorp in 8th grade.
Ah, another side of being evil.
Said that they were going to destroy New York one day.
Okay, I like the Tinkerer character. I do wonder, I might have to look into it and see if she existed in the comics or if it's original. Ah,
Phin was always checking out books before she finished her last
having strong political opinions. Another sign of being evil.
Said it kept her brain sharp.
Non-political here, folks. These are getting pretty elaborate now. Like, elaborate in a way a supervillain would put down bombs. I mean, why didn't he question it at this point? I'm just saying. I was saying I read a lot of Spider-Man comics. I dabble. When there's a storyline that comes up that I like, I'll jump into it.
Got this on a field trip to a Wakandan design group expo. Phin saw all the tech on
That's some
display and
neat
shouted,
cross
"I wanna be an
franchising.
engineer." Guess it's stuck.
Ooh, little Heidi cave.
I got so freaked out when we hit a time capsule in this cave. The place still gives me the creeps.
Yeah, like an evil cave.
Great.
Hot sauce.
Mom made this piqué hot
Looks
sauce
horrifying.
for Phin's birthday. Abuela's recipe, I think. Phin put it on everything. Always said, if it doesn't hurt, you're not doing it right.
These are all supervillain quotes. She was clearly evil, or had the potential to be evil as soon as something pushed her over the edge. But,
hey, man,
yeah.
I don't think I ever told you about the time capsules me and Phin hid around the city. Anyway, I just found them all. Really threw me for a loop.
Oh, were they foreshadowing your present situation?
No, it just
reminded
me how simple we thought the world was.
More so than you know.
I was jealous of how planned out she had her life. First she solved global warming, then world hunger. Next was curing cancer, and before she retired, communicate with aliens.
There's something about spider butts that are quite nice.
Getting nipped by a genetically engineered spider.
Yeah.
Wait,
Guess
never
things
mind.
are different now for the both of us.
When's other Spider-Man coming back?
Shut up, you. Fire.
Spider-Man! Thank God. Something's weakening our emergency comms. We can't get through the fire.
Why would someone do that? It's so unnecessary.
Is anyone still inside?
No, we got everyone out. But this fire's gonna jump if we don't
Oh,
get
good.
help. Hear that? Just noise now.
I think I can find the source. Don't worry, I'm gonna get your comms back
Man,
up.
criminals are sure innovated in this
Webs
city.
can't handle a fire this big.
My webs can't handle a fire this big.
Whatever's weakening the signal is just ahead.
Whee. But yeah, I don't know. It's one of those ones where I feel like Peter Parker's always going to be Spider-Man to me, and growing up with the animated series, that's just how I feel. And I have watched a lot of them. I watched Ultimate Spider-Man, Spectacular Spider-Man, the one where he goes into space. I haven't watched the newest one. I hear it's pretty good though.
Real good, and all I'm hearing is static. Guess power and
The
downtown
90s series.
work. Insurance only pays out if the whole building goes down. So make sure the static stays till then.
They're weakening comms for an insurance scam? I gotta stop.
And I say I like Spider-Gwen as well, but one of my biggest kind of offsprings of that nature, the what if stories, is Gwenpool. I think she's like amazing. Spider-Gwen hooked me in because of the aesthetic, because I'm shallow, but the same thing goes with the Spider-Verse film. It totally hooked me in because the aesthetic was so incredible. And sadly that is the case with Miles for me, that there's a lot of aesthetics not too deep.
Harder and harder for an honest criminal.
I don't know, I'm kind of liking what they're doing with this game. The fact that he's got a lot of layered relationships going on. Peter tends to just keep all of his relationships quite secretive except for the absolute musts. Whereas in this, he's establishing that he's more willing to give out his identity to people, which does give him a slightly different dynamic, and that could mix things up. I just wish he was less of a nerd, really. I would have liked to seen the spider powers utilised by somebody who isn't just a science nerd. Because I've seen that in Peter. We don't need to see it again, really. But it's too late now. Mars is established as that, so even though it does make him kind of lukewarm, because he's basically, you say, he's the Robin of the Spider-Man universe. And Robin, you know, until he became Nightwing, wasn't that interesting. You know, maybe Miles will adopt the Red Spider. I can't remember what the Spider-Man who's violent is.
I need to charge up that generator.
There's a violent Spider-Man who is in the Spider-Verse. If Miles took up that because of, you know, I don't know, everyone he knows and loves being killed or something, it'd be pretty neat.
Mr. EMT, dudes are trying to burn down that building for an insurance scam. That's why they're messing with your comms.
Are you serious? They're putting people in danger.
Yeah.
Hang on. The signal's stronger now. What'd you do? Why are you always assuming things are my fault, huh?
Why are you always assuming it's me, mate? I mean, every time that... I mean, is it because of the fight we had last week over your pot roast? We never talk anymore. We used to talk, Mikey. This community used to be much tighter knit. ever since these spider goons started coming into town, we ain't got nothing to like really connect us together.
Hey, got the web here. Stop thinking about all my bad life choices. I hate computers. Next stop. Because the universe decided you're a tech guy, and no one else can remember their passwords.
Yeah, usually the guy who remembers his password is the tech guy. You don't see nothing. Can they see me up here? Am I gonna get away with this? With Miles' moveset, he'd make a really good assassin. Which, you know, if he did become, you know, like punished Miles at some point in the storyline, he'd make for a really good kind of like actually willing to take lives kind of character.
What if the fire spreads?
I mean, I'm sure that would insult somebody. Say Miles isn't like that. He's a nice guy. You know, Killing Joke and all that. One bad day. This is why I like the What If stories. I don't know. I'm a big fan of them. The Spider-Verse stuff, like, yeah, screw stealthing. It was taking too long. Yeah, the Spider-Verse stuff is. I like it, the whole bizarre dimension stuff. There was a bunch of silly ones, but there was ones that were way more grounded and interesting. Like obviously, you had the Evangelion parody. You had the noir one, the future one. You had the one where it was basically had the power cosmic, which it wasn't the power cosmic, but it was something basically similar to the power cosmic. That basically turned him into like a Superman. Punch!
There, I think that
Punching
worked.
things fixes everything.
I should check on the fire and make sure comms are back up. Hey, how's the signal now?
Everything's coming through loud and clear.
Doesn't look too bad. Fix me upper.
Fire department got the building extinguished just in time. I'm definitely giving your app 5 stars.
Yeah.
Glad I could help. Spread
Tweet
the
my
word,
name.
too. The more people use the app, the safer we'll make New York.
I'm gonna make sure everybody knows about it. Thanks again, Spider-Man.
See you,
Hello, dude. I really like the mundanity of some of these tasks. They're so silly.
Sam. So on my last inventory check, we had a couple hundred missing.
You think somebody stole them?
I don't know, but today we're supposed to have 2 trucks out making pickups. But our GPS transponders say there are 3.
Seems so petty for something this organised.
Sounds like you got yourself a poser. But how am I gonna know which one it is?
How much money could you realistically
Check
make
their
off
license plates.
donation
We'll know which one
toys?
shouldn't be out there.
You can count on me then. Genki, there are 3 feast trucks out in the city and one of them is phony. Could use your help here.
My suit has a camera.
You could use the camera in your suit to grab license plate numbers, and I'll run them against stolen car databases.
Wait.
Try it on that truck.
This multiple use of the same button thing. Games need to get over this. Like, if you can't find a button for it,
I got the
don't
truck locations from Feast, so you should see them now.
don't put it
Snap
in.
the plates, and I'll run them against the database.
Have a separate button.
Stand by for
Jeez.
picks. Gotta get those toys back for the kids. Man,
So strange.
nothing beats this holiday stress, huh?
Ooh, car chasing. Do I jump on it? Do a little snappy? Again, this whole camera thing. This is Pete's territory. Like, you'd think. I guess it's in his suit, and Pete kind of designed his suit.
There's one. Just need to snap the plate.
Ow! What am I supposed to be doing? Ow! What? Am I supposed to get it while moving? I guess I get, because it's the focus thing, I get slow time. Wait, that counted?
Checking the plate.
I can't believe that I got away with that one. I guess they're really lenient on the cars. You know, sometimes you should have run down the road. Ugh, a weird image. The graffiti goes all over the place in this city.
Gotta get close for a clear picture.
That worked again.
Now for
Oh.
a moment of truth.
Oh.
Bingo. Follow that truck.
This camera thing feels very last minute. Like it's not actually in the game. It's they just shoehorned it on.
Listen, all I'm saying is don't make me look like an idiot in front of Joe, right? He's running this thing. Stealing toys.
Even the criminals know this is stupid.
I didn't get license as a kid. I turned
And below the belt.
Right.
Hmm?
Sounds like they're stealing toys for some sort of deal. And
Hello,
this Joe is
Joe.
the one in charge. How am I gonna find him?
If you can grab pictures of their faces, I'll run them through facial recognition software and see if we get a match.
Okay.
Do I?
Sounds like I gotta use camo if I'm gonna get
I suppose this
close.
is the venting the camo stuff.
Alright, checking the police database.
His friend is weird.
Nope. Picture of innocence.
They basically made him into the Oracle from Batman, and I don't think it's justified. Like, he has too much power to be able to just do these things, and I don't think they've established or justified why he's able to do these things. I hope it's not the case in the comics. I hope it's just a video game thing. Oh, son of a... Stop moving. I got scared. Hey man, it's not as easy as it looks. Like, for some reason, there's like slowdown, but there isn't. It's hard to explain. Again, controls. Hey, it looks like there's a skull in the ice there. Weird. It's definitely him. Look how thuggish he looks. Oh,
Cross-referencing. Hold, please.
okay. Be like that. He was so tense and angry.
Nice photo, though.
Maybe he just has a bad home life. Well, there's the car, so surely. Quick, 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 quick. Ah, I can't zip.
Nice.
Wait, am I supposed to be following
Running
him?
the photo. That's our Joe. Follow him.
Whoops, and I just fluked the mission.
We got a bug problem.
Huh? I probably could have.
That must be the buyers.
I probably could have resolved this without getting in a kerfuffle, but I fudged it, so oh well.
Done, kid. Mind your own business, you little.
Punchy, punchy.
He's picking us off.
Tell me, man, give me the Miles the Vigilant, Miles the this assassin comic series. I'll read that.
He's mine.
Punished Miles. Did Miles ever get a Venom variant?
I got him.
The holidays are saved. Now, just check the truck and make sure the toys are still there.
I don't think he I'm not sure if he officially got a Venom variant.
The merchandise.
Ganky.
Would have been neat to see though.
Just cleaning up some
Like, I really like
shadows.
the
Cool. You got this, buddy.
the Gwen Venom variant. The
Let's see how you.
That's it. I'm taking my toys and I'm going home.
Sorry, yeah, the Ven variant, the Gwenum variant. I thought it was neat.
Hey Sam, I found the toys. I'm sending you the location, but they're all safe and sound at the docks in Midtown.
Ah, I'm so glad to hear that. On my way over right now.
No problem, buddy.
Can't thank
Look at
you
this
enough,
guy, he's so
Spider-Man.
jovial.
You just saved the holidays for a lot of kids. I'll make sure these toys get back safely.
Glad I could help, Sam. You have yourself a happy holiday.
Thank you, officers. I'm off to do good again.
Window washer stuck on a building. Should head over and help him down.
Hey, dude. Oh man, this is very 80s Spider-Man live-action show.
Short-circuited on my platform.
How's it going, Joe? Not too bad, Spider-Man. Could really use a hand getting down here.
Sounds better.
Hey man, be confident. I can carry you. That's another excuse to use electro powers.
They turned the power off.
Ooh, look at the graffiti guy. Why are they here? I don't... What did this do? I mean, what did stopping this guy from washing windows actually do for these criminals? Ow. That's safe. For counter action, the combat's pretty sound. Oh, no punchy. It's the Webby instead. Webby? No? Oh, it's only these relay points. It's not smart enough to do the wire thing. You think he'd just join up the wires, honestly. Huh? What's wrong?
Energy load must have reset the circuit. Maybe if I follow these wires, I can restore the power at the other end.
They don't go anywhere.
I'll get you back up soon.
Hmm? Well, you know, when
I can't help the window washer until the power's restored. I need to follow the wires.
When in doubt, use the hint thingy. Oh, there you go. God, the perspective of some of these is really weird. Like, knowing where things are. Again, with the power punching with electricity. There's so much similar between Miles and Static Shock, like in the way that they utilize their electric powers in this game. I didn't think Miles' electric powers functioned like this, but okay. I thought at best they were like a stun gun.
Oh man, I don't know how to thank you.
It was no trouble. Really.
Neighborhood friends. Oh, that's sweet. Ah.
Always.
What the? Oh, Jesus! What are these heavily harmed goons? Oh, it's part of the corporations. The evil corporation is doing it again. And they're heavily armed. Ah! I got red rocket launchers. I mean, at least they're sticking to their theme. Whee! Yeah, maybe I'll might invest into some Mars comics if I have some good recommendations on them. But like I say, only if he's more established. Like I said, I wouldn't go out and I wouldn't read, you know, new Green Lantern or new Thor. I like quite established characters, so I'm pretty mainstream like that.